This weekend, I'm going to Florida, and I'm going to meet with New Yorkers that left, and I'm going to ask them to come back. Ask them to come back and vote and support me. New York City without developers, without the real estate industry, is no city. We need to make sure that we allow for our real estate developers to thrive. Development brings people, development creates economic power, and development creates jobs. And that's what I would do as mayor, is make sure that we work with every and anyone that wants to come to New York City to invest and help us develop our entire city. We need to make sure that we can rezone areas that can be developed for affordable housing. We need to make sure that underutilized areas in this city are used and we can create housing, affordable housing for people that live in the outer boroughs. We've got to make sure that those people that are investing in development can make a return on their dollar. Everyone invests to get a return. Believe me when I tell you, our city is going to be much better. I believe in our Second Amendment. Every law-abiding New Yorker that runs a small business should have the opportunity to bear arms. There's nothing wrong with that. We need to bring back the good times, the times when our city was governed by Republicans. Rudy Giuliani, Michael Bloomberg, George Pataki. Those were years that developers got things done. Those were years that small businesses thrived. I know because I thrived during those years. Whenever we have a Democratic-run city, our crime goes through the roof. Small businesses go out of business. New York City goes into the gutters, the garbage, the graffiti, the quality of life. I will create an atmosphere in New York like no other. We will create a gold rush where small businesses are going to rush back to New York because I'm going to give them the tax breaks that they need. I'm going to give the developers the tax breaks that they need to continue building. I'm going to make sure that we reduce taxes on usage for New York. Why? Because that's the only way we're going to get our people back. The path for me, an urban Republican, to win in New York City is quite simple. It's very clear in my mind. There are 2.5 million Hispanic immigrants living in New York City. I am the only Republican candidate that can bring 400,000 to 500,000 Democrats to vote for Fernando Mateo. Not so much for the Republican line, because I know a lot of them don't want to vote for a Republican. But guess what? We voted for Giuliani, we voted for Bloomberg, and we voted for Pataki. And they were great years in our city, in our state.